you haven't been burned enough, somebody's gonna burn you. It's gonna happen if you live long enough. Hey everyone, Rusty here. I was looking at, Facebook Marketplace as we do, and I came across a couple of, I don't want to say lies, but let's say deceptions. And so I wanted to let you know about a couple of these. One of these is the cold start, the so-called cold start. So what you do is you touch the pipe, well, here's the pipe. This is just a heat shield. You touch the pipe and you're like, see, it's cold. And then you go over here and you start it, right? Motorcycle, car, whatever. So let me show you how hard this thing is to really start, and then I'll show you the fake cold start. I'm gonna set the camera up and I'll be right back with you on it. All right, this Ducati, it's not particularly easy to start. The cold starts are never impressive. It's usually, takes quite a bit of cranking, but let's see how it does today. So I want to say it's actually cold. So I don't expect it to be easy. Nothing. Okay, let's see if it'll start. Still not hot. Okay, so after all that, right? Let me see if the battery's still alive on this GoPro. Okay, so after all that hard work, right, trying to figure out what's going on, when I make the not YouTube, but whenever I make the Craigslist ad, I'm just gonna say, hey, I ride it every day, it starts easy, it's great, check it out. And then he's gonna be like, look, the pipe, it's not even hot. Don't need any choke, because it's already warm. So don't need any choke, check it out. One. All right. Wow, what a nightmare. Anyways, I hope that gives you the idea. You can still touch it. This one is a little hotter because it's at a corner, right? You can still touch the pipe like as if nothing's happened. Now on to the second one. This is really the one that prompted it. I watched a video and a guy tells you he's got this old C60 truck with a 454, and he's like, the motor turns easy. He's like, the engine's free, hasn't run in a while. And then I could see on the picture, I could see in the video that the engine is missing a carburetor and the air cleaner. And it looks like it's got rust all over everything, right? And he's like, this is just exaggerated, right? This is a loose belt. But he was like, with his hand, he was turning the fan, and the belt was moving. But say, for example, if I turn this, see? Can you see the belt is just sliding on the crank? Yeah, it's in the frame. So, look, it turns free. And you can see other accessories moving. And I'm like, yeah, but he's not turning the crank. The crank takes quite a bit more to turn, but this is an actual free engine. His, I don't think, would ever have turned. So don't just trust whatever these bozos say. That's the point of this video. Don't just trust them, because they'll tell you whatever they want to try to sell it. And these people on Craigslist are pretty bad. They're always talking about how ran when it parked. What'd you park it for? I don't think it ran that good, or you wouldn't ever have parked it. They always talk about the motorcycle. Be very concerned if they're like, carburetors just need rebuilt, and the carburetors aren't on the motorcycle. Well, that means 2 or 3 things at least. One, a mechanic that's not good enough, or a guy took the carburetors off and they never made it back on. If the carburetors never made it back on and you took them off, how do I know what you lost? And how do I trust just some random person that it actually runs right? At that point, I have to assume you got a motor that's blown up, and I'll pay you the blown up prices, which is gonna be like a couple $100. I don't care what it looks like. And that's the way you have to be with these engines. What's the core price? Because if you can't turn it on and run it, don't pay prices for it $600, $700, $800, like as if it runs. If I'm looking at this 305 Chevy, and it has a bracket and an alternator, and what you see here, don't count the transmission. I mean, I'm only gonna pay them what I think the parts are worth that I can see are good. You know, like the heads probably aren't cracked, and it's a complete thing with an intake and a carburetor and adapters and all this stuff. I might give them $200, but if I can hear it run, then I can give you $500. Not for a 305, but say a 350 or a 454. You gotta be real wary about these people on Facebook. I know you guys know these things, but I'm just putting it out there for somebody who might be gullible, who doesn't, know not to trust people. Haven't been burned. Like I've been burned a bunch of times. Physically, emotionally, all of it. But if you haven't been burned enough, somebody's gonna burn you. It's gonna happen if you live long enough. So just be careful out there. Don't trust these people on Facebook.